Hello everyone, welcome to the PowerShell lab in InfoLearn. So today we do some practice on the PowerShell more and let's try to understand some more PowerShell. So what we try to do today, I plan to do some practice on the PowerShell with the help of some task. So first of all, let's try to see how we can understand some class in the PowerShell, how we can use the class here. So you can use this bracket, off bracket, you please use the off bracket. And in this off bracket, you can give the name math. Okay. And this is the class actually. And in the class, actually, this is the .NET class. Okay. And in this class, there are a couple of functions you can use for solve your problem. So this operator will help us. Okay, colon, that is like a, in the C++ we have a resolution operator, so something like we can use this operator. And then after you can use example any function. So if you press sq, example square root, and press the tab button, and you can find you have a function and where you can pass any value. Okay, and see, it will give you the square root of your choiced number. Okay, so same way you can try more functions as you want. Okay, so let's see absolute value. So absolute value of any number, example minus 100. So what is the absolute value of this minus 100? It is positive. It will give you the positive. So this is the absolute value. Okay, so same way, let's try to use more function round. Okay, so you want to do some round of operation, example 1.2345 6. You have some input and you want to make it round off by any value, example 2. That means it will give you the round of 2 decimal point. Okay, so try to do with any other 3 decimal point. You see how easy to use such a stuff in the PowerShell. Okay, let's try to use one more, ceiling value. So what is the ceiling value? You know the ceiling value, example 4.4. It will give you the ceiling value which is closest to the 4 here right now. Let's see, it will give you the 5. Okay, so same, we have a floor value. Let's try to see floor value. So if you have a floor value, if you give pass the same value, you see here, oh sorry, here please use the same syntax, otherwise it is not okay. Okay, here now can you notice here, so if we have a ceiling value, you see it will give me the 5 here because it is 4.4. So it will go to the maximum here, right? So it will go the maximum here. For this it is 5, but the floor value here, it will give you the floor value 4 here. Okay, so this is the like a maximum ceiling value here. So you can change it again here, example some value, suppose ceiling value of any example, try to see, you try to change example 8. You see the ceiling value is again here the 5 here. Previously we have this. Okay, and when you change the floor value, okay, and it will give you the same floor value. So practically it will give you the integer part over here. Okay, so you can try with such a functions here. And if you have more than one number, you have more functions, example maximum. Example, what is the biggest number here? 200. Okay, same way you can find a shortest number, right? Minimum number. Okay, so this is will show you the maximum number and this will also show you the minimum number. So minimum and maximum will help us to do such a task. So basically guys, you understand this is the math class and some function we can use very easily. Okay, so now let's try to create a one file. Okay, and here how we can create a file. So practically I will go example write output. So write output, then after example, let's see, I want to use 50. 50 is a number, and I want to send in the example file number.txt. Okay, so I store one number into the file number. Okay, now here please try to understand, this is the number and I redirect to the number file, and now this is the second number I append. This is append operation, right? So here we are appending some number, right? And then after one more number you want to do here. So how many number I have entered, you can check with the get content. Check please. Here you see here I added three numbers in the file. And now what we can do, we can do some operation. Example here, you want to count how many characters and how many lines there, and how many words there. Practically example here, so in this file I have a three lines, right? And how many words it is together, can you see right now? And how many character, you can see here. So you want to count, you can take any file, there is no issue. So a very strong object, this that is a measure object, will help me. Okay, so measure object, then after I can use with hyphen is the parameter. Or what parameter? Example word, I want to check word. Okay, how many words in the file? And then after you can make put all the commands in the bracket. Okay, so now after putting the bracket you can use this dot operator, access operator. Then you can use the property. So example here, words. So this is the parameter and this is like a property here, and you will see here it will give you the how many words are there, three. Okay, and if you want to print in your language somehow, example, then you can write here write host. Okay, and here you can write words. Okay, can you see words? So total words three in the file. Okay, so same way, if you want to, and if you want to make it color output, I think we can also use here foreground. Yes, foreground color. This option you can also try foreground color. But foreground color you need example green, and what you need a background color, example red. Can you see the output right now? So I can see very easily my output is colored in the way. Can you check please? So I hope guys you can get it. So this is the basically our task to do. Okay, so this is the words. Okay, now let's try to print any other stuff. Example, total number of lines. How we can print a total number of lines? So just change the property, first parameter, right? Line, and call the property here, right? Check please. So total number of lines are three. Okay, and same way try to checks the characters. Char, how many chars are there? Characters. So here you can check very easily. You have to check char and change the again this parameter and property. Okay, so can you see, I want to show you my file was number, right? Check please what happens here. So guys, what I'm going to do, I just make some operation on any file with the help of some important CMD let. So practically here, measure object will help me. So write host can print my output, whatever I need, and get content will read the file. Okay, and measure object perform some operations. Okay, words, character, lines, and any more. It can be very easily, right? So this way you can use as much as your task. Okay, I try to do one more task here. Let's see. So suppose I have some number. I want to add one more number. Okay, let's see. Example here. What number I want to add? Example 40 more. Okay, you will see here. I want to redirect. Okay, not redirect, it is append. Okay, look here. Now in this file, I have this value. So in this file, I have some numbers. Some numbers are not duplicate. These are some duplicate numbers. So how I can find out the unique numbers? Okay, in that case, what should I do here? So first of all, there are a couple of ways. So first of all, I will use a sort object. So sort object basically help us to uh, sort my values, right? Okay, can you see right now? It will sort your data in the file. So please see, if I want to sort it, it can help me for sorting. Okay, and then after I can use a get unique. Now please see here. So it will give the unique numbers, okay, from the file. So 40 was two times occurred. You see, it is now right now it is not showing the duplicate. That means my problem is solved. So this way you can use very easily the stuff. Okay, so now how we can do such more stuff here. Example here, this will show me the unique values. Okay, and let's try to see one more task here. So this way guys, you can understand that sort object will sort the data. Okay, and get unique will give me the unique records from the file. So get content only for reading the file. So you understand, get content, sort object, and get unique. Okay, so now, so we have such a file, and what we can do more here. So what I want to do, I want to do some more operation. Example, group. So I want to make a group object. Okay, so group object will give you this such a output. So can you see here right now, it will tell me that I have example this 50 number. So this 50 number comes into my file one time, one count. Okay, so 23 only one time, but 40 two times, right? Can you see 40 has two times? That means there is a one group. In that group, 40 came two times. Okay, so this is very easy to use. So group object can help me. And here, what I want to do more, example here, where object. There is one more for where object. So where object is very important, which can help us to make our task based on some conditions. Okay, so where object, and here dollar underscore. So it is just like a this operator like a C++ here, which point the current members, current value in the list. Okay, before the pipe. So please see, this is I'm reading the file and I'm sending to the pipe, and after pipe my group object will making the groups like this. Okay, I show you the output, and then after here you please note I'm going to access each value. Okay, example this or this, that will help me. Okay, and then that is the dollar underscore. Dollar underscore is a system variable, automatic system variable into the PowerShell. Okay, and then after dot. So what I can use here, I will use count. So count greater than. Okay, so I can give my condition the count column. What is count? Count is a column here. Okay, name is column here, group is a column here. You can use any column about after the dot. Okay, so example, if I see my count is greater than 1, so what it will show me, it will give me very easily the row, which row record this record. Practically my target is to find out the duplicate stuff. Okay, so what will happen here, I can very easily print that stuff. Okay, and now You can make it again expression like this here. And then after, you can call again the count here, right? And you will see here 2. So the task is solved. That means we try to solve a 2 tasks here. First mean to say, try to find out the unique numbers from the file. And now here, I try to solve out how to find the duplicate numbers count in the file, right? So it will help you. And in the starting, you can write host very easily. Okay. So example, total duplicate. Can you see? 2. So you can have a such a input total duplicate 2. Okay. So try to read the file again, content, and you have a number. Okay. So you can sort such a task very easily. And here, example here, if you want to use a group, it will give you the group example, which number actually duplicated. If somebody will ask you, try to give the numbers which are duplicated, try to use the dot group. Okay, so this will help you to solve such a task very easily. Okay guys, I hope you can get it, and we will try to do some more and more practice later on. But before ending the session, I try to do a little bit more practice here. So example here, I want to show you example. Oh, what is the greatest file and what is the shortest file in the system here right now? Okay, so example, first of all, I can show you get child item. Okay, can you see right now here, get child item? It will give me such a file here, right? And example, I can explore get child item. Example, I can give the path. I can go in the system very easily. Okay, you can see here, I want to show you the download section. Can you see this is like a my download section, and I want to check out here the size of the which is a greatest file and which is a shortest size of a file. So my target is the length column, and how I can go to the length column very easily. So I want to show you here. So here what I can do, I can go to again the measure object here. So measure object will help me to solve again such a task very easily. So how we can do that, measure object, and then after property. So here target column is the length. I show you length mean to say the size. Okay, and after length you can use the parameter maximum. Okay, can you see maximum? Okay, so please see here. So maximum the file which has the size this one in the bytes, it can show you. And now you can see here, you can put in the packet here, and then you can call again this pretty. So now you can see the whole size of the download folder you can print very easily. Okay, so this will show you the maximum and minimum size here. So this is the maximum size, and if you want to see the size of a minimum here of any file here, then I can use the minimum. Try please if you can do. So the file which has a size example 16 MB, it's a byte actually. I'm not talking about the MB, it's a byte here. Right now it is 128 approximately. This is maximum size. And you can also check here very easily. In the beginning, I show you here, right? It is also here. Can you see? This is a shortest size here, 16, this one. Okay, and which is the greatest size, this one, 22. And you can find here, this is like a mp4, this is a video here, that's why it has a huge size. Okay, that's why you can easily understand how to do that. I try to give one more. If I want to find a greatest file or shortest file, I can use one more options very quickly. But the professional way is this. If you want to use such a way with the maximum and minimum. But as a tricky way, you can use a very easily option here. Example, what you can do, you will say use the sort object. So can you see I can sort? Okay, so if I will sort it, you can see by default it is ascending order here, right? You can make it descending order up to your choice. Okay, so after descending order, you can see here, and it will, and one more important is here, sort object by the column, because right now it is not sorting by the length. Okay, now can you see this is good? So the greatest file will become on the top. Okay, so this is good idea here. And then after, what I can use, I can use a select object, and hyphen first will help me to give the first some lines. Example one. Okay, so please see here what I did. This is my input, and this is sort object. Work on the length column, and select object will help me for select some object under this column, length column, and which first line. So first line will be come out, and this line will be come out. Okay, so try to see. So I can, this is my biggest file. If you want to go with the last shortest file here, because I already made it descending, so I can print the shortest file. Okay, so guys, you can also do such a practice very easily. So here in today lab practice, what we had the practicing, we understood the one class, that is math. Okay, and we learned some functions. Okay, and then after we discuss about the measure object. Okay, and also we discuss about uh, the get content. Okay, and get unique. So we learned a such an important object in the PowerShell, which you can solve very easily over task. And also we discuss about the sort object. Okay, so guys, this will help you to sort a real world task very easily in the PowerShell. So thank you very much. I hope you learned a very good. So please try to do the good practice. Hopefully we will do some more practice in the next lab with some new topic. So thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.